Good afternoon, everyone. Treasure Troller here from the partially mask-wearing militant state of Michigan, where we have more FBI agents and paid informants than we do actual conspirators in the plot to kidnap our governor and dictator, Gretchen Whitmer. Today I wanted to briefly talk about Urban Meyer and his situation. I've grown to be less and less a fan of the NFL, so Urban Meyer's issues aren't that big of a deal to me. But why is it really a problem, and is it really that big of a problem? So as some of you may or may not know, Urban was caught in a public setting getting, I guess you could say, a lap dance from I believe it was a business associate, not associated with the Jacksonville Jaguars, but I think some type of marketing company that Urban has hired for an unrelated NFL Jaguar business. It looks like he may have been doing a little bit of ass grab as well. The videos have just, for whatever reason, have disappeared off the internet. I just saw the picture of him in the chair and her with her backside up against, in between his legs. But why is it a big deal? I mean, personally, with the wife and family, yeah, but is it the worst personal decision someone has ever made, a coach? How about I think it was Bobby Petrino at maybe Arkansas, when he got in the motorcycle accident with a young lady, not his wife. How about I believe it was the MTV show 2-a-days with the football team from Hoover, Alabama, the coach there. I know his first name was Rush, maybe Rush Prost or something like that, where he was married with kids in Hoover and then he had a girlfriend and kids elsewhere. It cost him his job and a divorce. He later remarried the girlfriend. So is it personally the biggest thing? It's not like she was nude. It was not like in this wasn't a private room lap dance he was given. It was looked like it was kind of at a party. So maybe with the wife, he's probably going to be sleeping on the couch for a while, but other than that, not that big a deal. Coaches have done worse. Is it, let's say, legally what he did was wrong? There was just a thing on the news today where 18 former NBA players have been indicted on fraud charges for getting reimbursed for medical procedures that never took place for a few $1 million. So no, I don't think even professionally or in maybe a business sense, it was all that bad. If we looked at a Friday night gentlemen's club, how many NFL players will we be seeing getting lap dances that are married? We all know about the young ladies that hang around the hotels and all that kind of stuff. Was it Steve Christie's wife used to follow him around all the NBA games and flashing the I love you signs while he was on the court, she's in the stands. That's pretty prevalent. So why is this such a big deal? Well, the only reason why it's really a big deal is it's rather an embarrassment to the owner, not for what Urban is doing by dragging the Jacksonville Jaguars through the press. I mean, for Christ's sakes, Les Kraft was, getting a happy ending massage, and I think it was in Miami before the Super Bowl, for Christ's sakes. I mean, Urban has not done that much, but what Urban did is he's reaffirmed in a lot of ways the reasons why college coaches are not hired in the professional ranks. And after the restroom stop, we'll continue. All right, we're back. So highly successful college coaches don't seem to transition well into the professional ranks. PJ Carlissimo, what was he at? I think he was basketball. I think he was at Seton Hall. Had been very successful, goes to the NBA, and he's greeted, and I think it was Meta World Peace, put the chokehold on him. When Phil Jackson left Chicago, they decided to bring in a highly successful college coach. What happens? Michael Jordan goes and plays baseball. That's just a couple. So the highly successful ones don't usually transfer well to the professional ranks. So the owner was taking a huge gamble on Urban Meyer. One of the reasons was because it was Florida, and Urban built a dynasty in Florida, and he unfortunately built a dynasty for that team south of Michigan. So they brought him back to increase the fans. But they brought back a highly successful college coach, which probably didn't make a lot of people happy. But they stuck by it. And then they stuck by him bringing on Tim Tebow to the team, because he was going to bring in that Urban Meyer attitude. That was probably against everybody's idea of, well, this is going to work out real well. And then, not to mention, like I said before, the professional players don't seem to have, I guess to put it the best way possible, they're always cautiously optimistic about these college coaches who've never coached pro teams before coming in and being successful. So Urban Meyer basically took a situation that was already kind of on a tightrope for management. They took a shot on Urban Meyer, and he basically just kind of took a dump on them and their trust in putting the program or their team in the hands of what is usually considered a very, very risky move to begin with. So I just think it further affirmed a lot of people's notions that highly successful college coaches aren't going to do well. It kind of reminds me of a long time ago, not that I watched the show a lot, but the Cosby Show, where the middle daughter brought home her newest boyfriend, and she failed to mention a few things about the boyfriend, things that she thought, Mr. Huxtable wouldn't be real pleased about. So it wasn't until the dinner that he came over for dinner. It wasn't until the dinner that they found out that he was divorced and had a young child, and then slowly the rest of the truth came out. He was, he had a job, he worked, he owned his own home, he was a very respectable individual. And so when they sort of asked Mr. Huxtable after knowing this, why was he still a little bit upset? And he just said, well, I'm not upset with you, but do you like steak? The guy says, sure, I like steak. I like it a lot. He says, how do you like it cooked? I don't know, he said, like, well done. He says, you like potatoes with that? He says, yeah, nice baked potato. And he said, well, what's happened here, what my daughter's done to you is, it's sort of like she's put together your favorite dinner and she served it on the top of a garbage can lid. And that's kind of what Urban Meyer has done to Jacksonville. They took all the good things that could possibly happen, or put all the trust and the faith in him, and he served it to him on top of a garbage pan lid. That's about it. So with that, this is Treasure Stroller saying aloha and good day.